Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Girly Tina. I am a Pokemon Draft League player. I have some videos already up from another draft league that I'm in called the WBL. And here I am just doing a draft analysis of a new league that I am joining. It is called the Wall Breaker League. So this is a league that myself and a couple of friends decided to run together. We had run a previous league and just wanted to make some changes from like how that was done versus how we wanted to do our own thing. And yeah, I just want to run over the team that I drafted and give an idea of like the synergy behind it and the ideas behind it and how I am going to, be the GOAT and win. So first up, look at my amazing slide transitions. I'm so technically literate. First up, my first pick, I took Meowscarada. So Meowscarada, just an all-around very good Pokemon. She hits hard and she is fast, and those are two things that I value in a Pokemon. But also like a pretty flexible Pokemon. You can just slap a choice band on it, slap a choice scarf on it. Those are really good. You can run the Protean sets for boosted damage on your moves. Like every move that you click becomes a stab move. You can use it defensively to set up a spike or a toxic spike. Change your typing, get out of some sticky situations. Um, but yeah, like there's also the Overgrow option where if you want to just run Flower Trick, Overgrow Sash, you're just hitting with Overgrow Boost and Flower Tricks, doing a bazillion damage to whatever it is that you want to. Also, like a fast and pretty adept Spikes and Toxic Spike setter. So all around, just like a pretty good start to the team. Offers me a lot of flexibility and speed. Next up, I took Slowking Galar. So Galarian Slowking is just a Pokemon that I really wanted to use. I get to use Slowking in so many mocks with my friends, and I had never actually gotten to use it in a battle. So I was like, you know what, we're done with this. This nonsense ends here. I'm taking Slowking. Oh my god, Slowking has like tiny little eyelashes. Oh my god, she's so slay. Um, but yeah, Slowking Galar, obviously everybody kind of knows what this guy does. He's thick, just a chunky boy, and with Regenerator, you have to come in, switch in on a Pokemon, especially if it's a special attacker, take a hit, chilly reception out, set up the snow, maybe cause some havoc along the way, like some good utility moves. It's Toxic and Toxic Spikes, obviously chilly reception, T-Wave is an option, and then you have some offensive kind of options with Future Sight and Sludge Bomb, just two of its best stab moves. Then like Fire Blast, Ice Beam, like Slowking really gets a ton of good offensive moves. And coming off a 110 special attack stat, like this is not a Pokemon to be messed with offensively. Also gets access to Trick Room if I decide to run Trick Room, and it's a pretty adept Trick Room sweeper at that too. Next, I really wanted this Pokemon, so I took Ceruledge. So Ceruledge is actually one of my Terra captains, and this is an open Terra format with a Terra preview. So Ceruledge is just another Pokemon that I wanted to use, and this was kind of the theme for my first four Pokemon. Just guys that I'm like, this is cool, and I want to hit things with this. So Ceruledge is a pretty good Pokemon. Again, quite flexible what you can do with it. Slap a choice band on this guy and just click Terra Ghost Poltergeist and watch everything turn to dust. There's obviously the kind of weak armor side of it where you take a hit, your defense drops, your speed boosts, you set up a sword stance, and now we're cooking. Then you also have like Shadow Sneak to just kind of outspeed things with priority. Bitter Blade, which is like such a good stab fire move, like you can't miss, and it heals you, and it's just a very cool animation also, which I'm biased towards. But it also has Flash Fire, which is very good for like opposing fire types. Just because you'll see my fire switch-ins aren't excellent, but having a Flash Fire Pokemon that then boosts the power of my Bitter Blade, and like I can Terra Fire or I can Terra Fight in close combat. This Pokemon just seemed like a bunch of fun to use, so I really wanted to add it to the team. And next, Empoleon. I can't I have to apologize to Empoleon. What is it that Jack said? I have to apologize. I wasn't familiar with your game. I used Empoleon in mocks a lot, and this Pokemon is her. Like, she is the moment. She is so bulky, just way bulkier than I really respected. Like, I know that stats don't necessarily look like it is as bulky as it is, but this thing is so hard to kill. Obviously, you have like the competitive option where, like, if you want to run special, you might be running into an intimidate Pokemon, or you're expecting like Icy Wind or something like that. You can switch in Empoleon, big chunky bitch. She will take the hit, lowers the stat, gets +2 special attack, surf, profit. It also gets Roost. It got access to Roost in this generation, which I don't think it had previously, but then it did have it previously before that. But then also it gets like Rocks, Knockoff, Flip Turn. This thing is good in AV, Sugar Berry, Leftovers. You could do just pure offensive Scarf or Specs. But this Pokemon is just so versatile, very bulky, and it hits pretty hard if you want it to. Next, a girl. Just a girl. She's precious. She's the moment. She is transgender. It is Sylveon. I love Sylveon, obviously. Like, there's obviously, look at Sylveon, look at me, you can't see me, but, transgenders. We stick out for each other. But Sylveon is also not a Pokemon to be messed with. Again, 110 special attack, 95 HP, 130 speed F. Like, sure, this thing is kind of middling in speed tiers, but again, we already have established that we have a Trick Room option, like we have a Trick Room Setter. We have Pixelate, which turns all of our normal type moves into fairy type moves and gives it a boost. And we have Hyper Voice, which is a sound based move that goes through sub. If you don't know what Sylveon does, it is a nuisance. And that's that's only considering the offensive side of it. This thing is also one of the most annoying Pokemon. This is one of the kind of like things that you think about when you consider annoying evolutions. It's a Calm Mind, Wish, Protect, Spammer. But it also has like pretty good coverage, like Psyshock, Shadow Ball, Psychic, Hyper Voice, Moonblast, Quick Attack, if you want to feel like a little bit frisky and just kind of like get one in there. She can be fast, she just doesn't want to be fast. There's also the Q-Charm option for if you're going up against like physical attackers and you just want to be annoying. Like, this Pokemon is excellent at being annoying, much like me, and also very, very scary, much like me, as we all know. Next up, Raikou. Just a dog, Pressure, Inner Focus, two pretty good abilities. One of them makes you use all your moves faster. The other one prevents me from flinching, and I'm immune to Intimidate. There might be a time when I'm like, okay, fuck it, we choice band. I'll click Supercell Slam on this Raikou one day. But Raikou is just another bulky, kind of Calm Mind Thunderbolt Pokemon where you just set up a sub, start getting boosts, click Thunderbolt. Also, like, really good speed tier, 115 speed, really, really fast. I think that your speed tying, like Azelf and stuff like that. Just a quick Pokemon that also has good coverage in Scald to deal with the, obviously, like, the ground types that want to switch in on this guy. Has Thunder Wave, which is my personal favorite move. It has Shadow Ball, has a bunch of other special attacks. Like, this Pokemon is just an all-around pretty threatening special attacker that you have to prep for. Next up, we got a dog. We got another dog. Urshifu Rapid Strike, I think, fell to me in round 6 or 7. This guy was just left on the board. Nah, Urshi cannot Terra. God bless his soul. We made an executive decision not letting that guy punch with the Terra. So yeah, it has the ability Unseen Fist, which means that you cannot protect in front of it, which is a little bit less relevant in singles than it is in doubles. And as we can see, it has 130 base attack, 97 speed, which is decent. And then its moves is just, what if I hit you really hard in the face? But for real, Urshifu with a Scarf is always a very threatening Pokemon. Surging Strike's always critting. That's nice. It has access to Trailblaze, Drain Punch, Bulk Up, Close Combat. Like, it's just very, very flexible in terms of like how you want to go about it. Like, you can do physically bulky setup, or you can just do banded Surging Strikes, no thoughts, head empty. So this is really exciting. I like Urshifu. I think that he punches pretty good, and I like when guys punch pretty good. Sandslash Alola. At this point in the draft, many of you are like, oh my god, Iris, you don't have a spinner, you don't have a defogger. Wrong. I have one spinner. And not only is he a spinner, he's a spinner that gets Slush Rush. So Sandslash Alola is our second Terra Captain. And this pairs so well with the Galarian Slowking. This is why I wanted Galarian Slowking so early, because not only is it super bulky, but also gets chilly reception, and I knew that late in the draft I was going to be able to pick up Sandslash Alola. So Sandslash gets a double speed in snow, so you can set up a chilly reception with your Slowking, switch out, and then in comes Sandslash. Now it's double in speed. Again, like, you can put a choice band on this thing, just click triple axle, icicle crash, you can have setup, it has swords dance, it gets rapid spin, knockoff, earthquake, and then terra blast for whatever type we're feeling that week, you know? Like, if I'm like, I wish that my hedgehog was on fire, I can make him on fire. I can make him a fiery hedgehog, so that's pretty cool. Then, Staraptor. So I know that it looks like there's a lot of text on this board. This is a guy that, in my mind, is kind of similar to Urshifu, which is that there's kind of one move that I'm really paying attention to here, and that's Brave Bird. It's a bird. It has 120 attack, 100 speed. I'm putting a Choice Scarf on this, I'm putting Reckless on this, and I'm putting only the move Brave Bird. And I'm clicking Brave Bird, and it's going to do 1 bajillion% damage to every single Pokemon that comes out in front of it. Nothing will live, everything will die, everything will fall at the hands of Staraptor, and if it doesn't, I'm clicking Final Gambit, and I'm killing myself. Staraptor, we are going out on our own terms, babe. But, you know, like 85 HP, if you Choice Scarf, max speed, max HP, you can start causing some problems. Just immediately take out, like, a problem Pokemon, maybe like an opposing Umbreon or something like that. You know, you're guaranteed getting 90% off of a Pokemon. Also gets like really strong moves like Double Edge and Close Combat, good pivoting moves in U-Turn. There's actually quite a lot of pivoting moves on this team. I have like Baton Pass, Flip Turn, U-Turn, Volt Switch. So this just adds to that kind of synergy of just being able to, you know, never let my opponent get settled and always keep up that momentum. It also does get Intimidate, which can be useful in certain matchups. You know, if there's a particularly threatening physical attacker on the opposite side, I can throw Intimidate on this guy, but more than likely I'm just running Reckless. Next we have Flyzone, the best Dragon Ground type in the game. This is for all the Flygon HG fans, Garchomp FJ fans. I'm very, very sorry, but this is not your time. This is not your moment. If you want that, go to the inferior Garchomp players draft analysis. But Flygon is just another bird. Like, it's a levitator. My team was quite weak to ground at this point, so I was like, hey, I should probably get some guys in the sky. And I picked up Flygon as a Terra Captain. So Flygon is a pretty well-rounded Pokemon, kind of a jack-of-all-trades, master-of-none type beast, with access to moves like Earthquake, Dragon Dance, Outrage, Dragon Claw, Stealth Rock, Boom Burst, First Impression. Like, you can try to run this guy bulkier, and you can try to do setup with it, like D-Dance. It also gets like Throat Spray, Boom Burst on the special side. EQ, First Impression, U-Turn again. Like, this guy has such a wide variety of moves. Like, again, it's kind of like Slowking Galar, where it's just like, oh my god, like, this thing just has every move in the game for some reason. And that's really, really, really nice. Because it gives me a lot of flexibility with how I want to run this. And with Terra as well, you know that I'm clicking that Banded First Impression and just saying, oh, I deleted one of your Pokemon. Thank you for your time. And then finally, I had like 1 point to spare, and I was kind of thinking, well, you know, my spin blocking is kind of non-existent, especially when I terror the ledge. Because if Sarah Ledge tears out of its ghost typing, I'm kind of losing any momentum that I'd gotten with any of my hazards. So I just picked up Drakloak. It's like, fine. It's a pretty fast Pokemon, which is nice because it's a good dual screen user. It has Will-O-Wisp, it has T-Wave, it has Draco if you want to run specs for some reason off of that big base 60 special attack. Drakloak can put in some work. There will be one or two games where like this Pokemon will be useful enough. It gets Infiltrator, it gets Clear Body, which we're a little bit less concerned with. It gets Cursed Body. So slapping in Eviolite on this guy, letting him set up screens, letting him get off hazards, maybe a Draco, maybe a Phantom Force, or whatever it's feeling. But Drakloak was just like a nice little 1 point pickup just to throw on at the end of the team for a little bit of support across the team. But yeah, that is my entire draft. I will, reference the fact that Sonic the Hedgehog was on the first page of this. My team is going to be inspired by Sonic the Hedgehog names, so everyone's going to have a Sonic the Hedgehog name. I'm just really tired. I've been up for like 24 hours and I wanted to make this video, and I got this far and I was like, I don't want to like Google the best image of Big the cat right now. I kind of want to go to bed. So that's the reason why Sonic is there. But yeah, everyone's going to be a little Sonic the Hedgehog character. And that is my team in total. I hope that you don't hate it, because I don't. I don't think it is the strongest team of all time, but I do think it's going to be fun as hell. So thank you for your time, and I will see you guys when we battle.